Dangerous to dream without direction when you know where the dreams can lead. Welcome back to Cultist Simulator. We had a lot of things in the fire last time. Now it's time to get a bit of payoff. We deserve something for how far we've come. You will not trick me, touch of the grail. You will not draw my sensation away from the stag door. I'll go there, and you won't stop me, while I mine my money like pulling teeth from screaming men. They will pay me. I will make sure of it. But my explorations continue. And I work. The stag door, a ridged barrier of blood-streaked horn, huge enough for a ship to pass. It was broken long ago, and even now, the scars are not quite healed. In a decisivity beside the door, declivity rests a vast and wounded golden head. Its mouth would be large enough to swallow me, were its jaw not shattered. It is the name, Girby. It begins to intone its riddle. It has given me a riddle. What must open before this way opens? Answer this riddle to pass the stag door and be accounted a no. Interesting. Read the Rose of Hypatia. Not all the dead enter the mansis by the winter door. Not all the dead enter the mansis at all. Lie awake and listen. The wind speaks in the branches. The house cries out in its sleep. There are the roads that the chaos ride. The words that walk. The syllables of this formula are compelling. I find myself snapping my fingers to its rhythm. It deserves not to cease. I have the wood whisper, but the words that walk are a different sort of knowledge to me. Who could hear this and remain unmoved? The sleeping, the dead, the earth, the sky. I wonder what the answer to that riddle is. The Lockwood Fen. The reeking murk of the fenlands is ripe with furtive life. Taciturn locals still watch the sacred places of the small and secret gods, the ones that answer prayers. What was our problem at Keglin's Scratch? There was something unsolvable for us there. I think we needed more something. But, Rose, take Clovette, would you? No. Rose is the leader. Everyone do what she says. Take some of my blood money. Get out there and see what is needed. Out in the mudlands, somewhere we are certain, is a shrine bedecked with precious oddments. If the locals try to kill us, we are probably heading in the right direction. Perfect. Get to work on that. While I read my latest translation of the Rose. Saint Tryphon, Nuriel explains, performs secret miracles in the name of she who bleeds and bears and she who opens. Thus, Saint Typhon opened the way to the house of the sun. Thus, Saint Typhon underwent the great birth, an ascension to immortality. That's great. What does the stag door ask of us? Await my answer to the riddle. It's the empty space which makes the bowl useful. What must open before this way opens? Is it a secret? Has to be. It has been expressed like this. Each hour has its color, but each color exists only where there is light. A snatch of poetry, a single memory of a certain house, that all of us visit at least twice in our life for one's first visit to the Mantis. This lore is almost essential. Sooner or later, every locksmith has the dream. Now we recite its 7 phrases. Certain knowledges, said, can be expressed only through particularly qualities, so I need something that has to do with opening. Something that opens. That is not the answer. The Great Mother remembers. She doesn't remember how to open. The power of the wood enjoys separation of the lock from the scalp. Lie awake and listen. The wind speaks the branches. I suppose we can chalk that up to a failure. More lore. More lore that one must uncover, apparently. I will need more followers. Perhaps I will speak some esoteric matters to them. Hopefully they require not my reason. Because my reason is wholly taken up by diligence to this job. Suckling among tricksy fissures, the earth is hungry. We need lantern to show us the way, or forge to make one. Tristan, we call upon Marugod, who quells and quiets. Madrugad is an hour of the forge as well as winter. Her power might quiet the unsteady earth. We'll probably be fine. Good, Tristan. You're being useful. Saint Typhon began his ascension by passing the horned door. He continued it by learning the invocation Thyak, which Nerlier does not have here recorded on account of its extreme holiness. Nerlier explains grimly, to achieve the 7 marks of the great birth, Saint Typhon consumed both those whose soul had left them, and even those whom the soul remained. An Avugian rite, and a Megalesian incantation. I have new lore to study. De Bellis Murium by Sophiliustos. This poem emphatically describes a war between beasts, weather, phenomena, and arcane concepts. It is quite specific about their tactics. The rite. Every door in the mantis requires its sacrifice before it will open. The Avugian rite prescribes the manner of the sacrifice. But that is not the answer. The Great Mother remembers. But that is not the answer. Racked I am. My body for taking on this new job. I fear that this riddle will not be easily answered. Let's see what can be done. Tristan should make us some progress in the swamp. You'll find nothing, Mr. Detective. You're too late. And I am safe across the treacherous ground. Watchers, we can deal with them, and we've dealt with the treacherous ground. These Watchers, if they can be beaten up, they will be. Oh no. I remember that Herr Salt wrote of this. I've levered up floorboards and wiggled down snugly. Now I'm compressed beneath them like a hidden corpse. The air stinks of hot dust. My mouth is full of splinters. This time, I haven't learnt what I hoped to learn, whatever that was. Dangerous to dream without direction when you know where the dreams can lead. I suppose I will leave that for now. I can always dream of health. More of the Ciliax lesson. Supplies are low. Deal with it. I will give you supplies if you need them so badly, and I will dream of health. Sometimes that gives me the things I need. This work is draining and dumb, but it does give me significant pay. I am full of dread. That is bad. The weary detective has left me alone, and I have met someone new. Rhaenyra, an acquaintance, has been found not guilty 3 times in 3 separate jurisdictions. She will likely never be found guilty of anything. Good, I could use someone with that kind of skill. You see, we have some things to talk about. Our strength is considerable, but I take no chances. Also, I cannot explore the club while I'm on an expedition. Odd that while my people are away, nor can I. I have one last chance. I will feed it all the funds I have available to me. And I finally have a friend of the cup. That's important, you see, because as a friend of the cup, that means you are now my most trusted. You will kneel as a novice and rise as an initiate. With 10 Grail, you are quite powerful, and I might see you more powerful yet. I am afflicted, but this affliction is one of the body. That saved me. But I have not dug myself out yet, either. I acted too late. I should have dealt with my despair earlier. I still have some contentment. And I can dream on my affliction now. I don't have a ton of vitality lying around because I do not exercise like I once did, but I do have the money for medicine now, which solves an entirely different problem. The Ring-Yu Shrine. Here, on a flat rock, inches above the marsh's water, is a throne carved of yew wood, ripe with fungus, ornamented with tarnished copper. This is the shrine we seek. Good. We've made the right progress. In pain we are born, in hunger we are embraced. In delight we are devoured. These are the gates of the body, and this is her promise. Not all that is born decays. In remembrance of that promise, we give ourselves to the feast. I know you're just a disciple like the others, but what would it take, Rhaenyra, for you to be exalted? A Cyperian. The 21st intensity. Only those with the most inconsolable appetites will be suitable. I see. 21st is a long way away. I don't believe I have the lore to take you there. Although the stained gloves are useful, they are not the most powerful of artifacts. They are pretty powerful, though. The Noonstone is only 4, but I have seen these manacles, which 8 is very powerful. I will continue to study. The entity called Chion arrives in a blizzard and demands the city gates are barred. As Abydos falls under her spell, the dead return, but do not speak. I will need at least one more contentment to rid myself of this despair. My mystique will keep him going. The Ring-Yu Shrine. Apple green paint marks ritual circles on the rock. The remnants of sacrifices past squelch beneath our feet as we search the shrine. In a little hollow in the throne rests an oiled bundle of treasures. Notoriety is not what I needed. An icon of St. Agnes. A powerful icon of knock. Pious dedication to the mortification of the flesh. Okay. A winged doll. Oh, that is wonderful. Vital pigment. That is great. And the flayed tantra. The tantra is recorded as being spoken by an enigmatic individual identified as Peel, with many of the qualities of the mythological Naga. The flayed tantra played a notable part in Alexander Sparrow's paranoid pamphleteering. But Sanskrit? How will I deal with Sanskrit? Yes. Let me allot the icons to their appropriate masters. Sanskrit. Oh, I have more Greek. Decipher. The flayed tantra can wait and be deciphered. In the meantime, I will devote more reason to not being demoted because these expeditions have proven powerfully useful. More health. Nope. Here we go. Just funds. Just more funds. What happens if I complete this commission? I'll lose my job at Glover's is what? That's painful. Moreland, it's been a little while. Let's see if you have anything interesting for me. I have the funds to pay you now. For 8 years, the city is a place of slow death, frosty ecstasy, and silent beauty. But in the 9th year, a conspiracy of shouts is mounted against the quiet that Chion demands. The conspirators open the city gates, and scarred man comes to drag Chion out by the hair. Summer returns, but the conspirators die of remorse. And I have learned of the white ceremony. When I speak it, my lips don't crisp with frost. Each time, this is surprising. I have gained the contentment I need to abolish the despair. And I have more Greek to translate. Lock the door. Study begins. One of you can teach Sanskrit, can't you? Aramaic? You teach Sanskrit, my friend. That's great to hear. Once my funds are in order, the 6 letters on necessity. Wait. That is a surprising find at Moreland's. Absolutely. I am shocked to find something of actual use there. I don't mean to be mean, Moreland, but I'm used to you selling me poetry books, which have their own uses, of course. But the 6 letters of necessity, really? Costley's tone is urgent, as if he suspected he might have little time left. Let's find out what he penned in that little time. Of course, it must be of some import. More despair abates, and I am left with a fleeting reminisce. I am safe for now. My adversary is an idiot. So, I am safe. Safe from idiocy. This work is fast, demanding, but useful. Even the Sune can be divided, though it required the Forge of Days for its division. The Sune? The sun? A smith's secret. Tristan, you look lonely up there. You've had no secrets. I will give you one. In 5 continents, Smiths have whispered the same words to the iron. Murderers have been known to whisper these words too, and adepts, of course. These words are spoken in ritual to inspire an unmerciful change. So much erudition. 3 lessons learned. I'd have to leave my job to have that much time. My job does not give me erudition. In fact, it does the opposite. It demands fully of me just to keep going. What is contained by silver? A dire bestiary of the horrors to be found in the mirrors. This is a recent edition of a 3rd century text by Pomander. Pomander, show me what you have. In the meantime, Morland, I would like to see what you have available, if you don't mind. My reason returns just so I can spend it. I found something noteworthy. Essays. Now, actually, that could be useful, Morland, because I don't know how else I'm going to get lessons learned in erudition that quickly. So if you have any more essays, that'd be wonderful. I give you my reason, I give you my time. Let's see what my last book gives us, and what Morland provides. A Sanskrit reader. Morland, you came through for me again. What is contained by silver? The virgins, maidens of the mere favor orchids. The behindlings favor the rhododendron. Cut flowers of either nature should not be placed before polished bronze. An appendix contains a rite which might be used to summon some of these entities, although the details of it are not quite clear. The rite of the watchman's sorrow. The rite recalls the loss of the watchman who walks the house which has no walls. Light goes before him and shadows behind. He must not see you. The instrument of power is used to summon him to take his sacrifice. Precious knowledge from the root of your thoughts. The assistant must speak the words that anchor your sanity, so someone you trust. A rite. It's been a while since I've dealt in rites. But the amount of work I must do is considerable. And I have a new toy. By that, I mean a language to study. And a book to read. More a pamphlet than a book, but a book, kind of. We'll see where our delving into knowledge takes us next time. Hopefully, we can answer Girabi's riddle. We just need to ask the right questions ourselves.